Okay guys, let's get started. What this video is about is how to properly do prepaid back orders and to prevent from making any mistakes. We'll get started here by first just pulling in an EPC. I don't know what's on any of these. Hopefully it's some parts that we have to order. So let's see here. That's just a 219-044. We'll leave that on there. Let's pull this one. Okay, so we found a part that's got to be ordered. So we'll put that on order. Select. Let's get some more. Let's find us some more. Don't do that. Let's see here. And some more. Maybe we'll find something with some parts on here that we can put on order. I'm just going to put some of these on order. One of these, two of these, and one of these. Change all this to stock order. Okay, as you can see, we got some parts on order. We got some parts that are in stock. So you can do this two ways. If the customer's on the phone, naturally, you do not want to invoice this. You just want to prepay the back order plus the parts are on hand. So the total that we're going to try to collect here is this amount, right? So we would click on prepay back order and it's going to put that amount. We're just going to type 1136.63. Notice that I'm not going to for invoice. And the reason I'm doing that is because the parts need to stay on the ticket. We need to go pull them, put them in a location that's going to be for that customer, our customer bins. But we want these parts to stay on the ticket. Now, if the customer was standing at the counter and we was handing him them parts, we would hit the I for invoice and just use the prepaid back order, not that total amount. And it would invoice the total out. So we're gonna use this example to get a prepaid back order. So I am gonna leave it in cash, whether it's cash, credit card, or whatever. I'm gonna leave it in cash at this point. So I'm gonna accept this order. I'm going to just say no device here. You would choose your device for cash and invoice that total ticket right there, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then come back to the ticket. Notice the parts are still on there. Now, if you would have hit the I for invoice instead of O for order, them parts would have disappeared off this ticket. And the only thing that would be on there is the back order part. So you do not want to I for invoice for that purpose. Now that the parts have all came in, we will issue all. That takes my parts off back order. You shouldn't have to issue all. I just did that so I could close this ticket. So now I will, customers here to pick the parts up, whatever, blah, blah. Now I will accept this order. Put a PIN number in and redeem the deposit. So I'll click OK. And again, no device because we're using credit card, and I'll just invoice it. And that gets our part out of the system. Okay. So we'll back up here and make another ticket. Use a different example. I'm using myself as a customer. So we'll use an example, hopefully with just one part on it, right? So let's see what happens when I choose this part. Okay. We're going to delete these parts off. That way we're only looking at one part number, just a back order part. Now it says we got 6 of these on hand. I need 4, so I'm gonna put 4 in the back order column and change this to stock order just for training purposes here. Now, when you leave something in O for order, you don't get any kind of receipt or anything. Customer's at the counter. He wants to, we're going to ship it to him. He wants to prepay his back order. So we're going to make that happen for him. So what we're going to do is change this to emergency so we can drop ship it. It's going to automatically put freight on it. We're fine with that. He's going to pay cash. Or if he paid credit card, it wouldn't matter. Like, he's paying for it, we're going to do it. So we're going to make this happen. So I'm going to I for invoice this part because I want to collect the freight and the back order. Notice the back order is only $196.74, which is this total right here with tax. So $191, that tax, which is that total. The $17 is going to come off because I'm invoicing it, not O for order. So at this point, I am going to accept this order, and I will hit the OK button and invoice this for $213.74. $196.74 is my back order part, right? And then you say yes for emergency, do your drop ship. You know how to do all that. So I'm going to come in here and go back to the ticket. Parts came in, so now I need to invoice it. We already collected the freight, so no need to collect the freight. And then I'm just going to invoice this part. Put a PIN number in and accept the order, redeem the deposit, and no device, hit invoice. And that does it. So easy peasy. All right, next scenario is going to be a little different. I am going to say the customer, something happened with the part and we decided to give them, the customer, we had to refund the customer back the deposit, but the part has not come in. It got put on back order. Customer said he didn't have time to wait on it. He was just going to deal with it, right? So at this point, we are in a sense to where we're going to invoice this as a prepaid back order for $25.74. Now we're putting this on prepaid deposit. The customer come in, he ordered the part, we prepaid the deposit, and we got the part ready to order. Well, he called back and said, look, that wasn't my problem. You made an error. Whatever the reason is for this scenario, this is what we do. So part has not come in yet. We leave the part on back order. Customer needs his money back. We're going to refund the deposit back. Well, we can't just say, go give them a credit for the part and do it and leave this all blank, because we have a deposit on this account sitting there that we've got to get rid of. So we leave the part on back order, just like it was. Hit the I for invoice. Accept the order, redeem the deposit, just like you would if you was closing it. But right now it's going to credit that deposit back to them. So you always want to do this in cash. And the reason is, unless the customer's standing there so you can swipe his credit card. Now, that would be a time you would use credit card. But if the customer's not standing there, you want to do this in cash or account. If you put it to his account so Rhonda can send him a check, that would be the reason for doing that. Here, I'm going to just do cash. I'm going to invoice it for this amount, and that's going to take that. Notice when we go back to the ticket, this prepaid back order column is 0. It was $25.74. That's going to take that prepaid deposit off of the account, and then all we got to do is delete the ticket. We don't delete the ticket until we give the customer, until we redeem the deposit and credit the account for the deposit, so it doesn't get hung up in the system, and then we got Rhonda hollering at us. Hope this video helped. if there's any questions, y'all feel free to reach out to me and we'll answer them then. Thank you.